Chelsea are in serious trouble right now, and I think that trouble is going to affect Chelsea in the beginning of next season. Now, before I continue, 8 days from now, the Premier League is going to start, and Chelsea are going to be facing Crystal Palace, which is August 17th, which, if I'm not mistaken. Now, let's get down to business. Chelsea are going to be playing Bayer Leverkusen tomorrow, which is our first pre-season game. Now, in my previous video, I dropped a predicting starting 11 which Chelsea can use against Bayer Leverkusen. But before we dive further, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Let's address the problem, the bad news that is on now. Early on today, there was a report that Levi Colwill just sustained an injury, and it looks like the injury is going to be serious. This is the reality of Levi Colwill's injury. He is going to miss Crystal Palace game. Not only that, he might be out throughout August because it looks like the injury is very serious. There's a report going on that Chelsea are considering going into the transfer market to buy another centre back to replace Levi Colwill. But the question I want to ask, is that really necessary? Because we already have a lot of backup, which is Chalobah, Tosi, Joreato. So I don't think there will be any need to go for another centre back. Because what is the difference? Chalobah can play as a left centre back. He have done that before. He have played in Chelsea's team, especially last season, as a left centre back, and he played that position quite well. Because I remember when Colwill was absent due to injury, Chalobah took his place. So going for another centre back is actually a waste of money and a waste of potential. Because once that centre back is at Chelsea, any moment that Levi Colwill is back on his fitness, that new centre back could become a regular bench warmer. We already have Joreato that can play a left centre back. Why not work on Joreato so that he can blend in quickly with the squad? We already have 2 preseason matches, which is Bayer Leverkusen and AC Milan. If I'm Enzo Maresca, I would focus on Joreato at this moment because Joreato can be very important in our squad at this moment. If Joreato can blend our 2 preseason matches, then we are good to go for the rest of the season. Normally, I know defense is part of our key playing because the type of Maresca ball is about build-up, and build-up starts from goalkeeper to defense. And if we don't have a solid defense, things can really go sideways. But come to think of it, our defense is actually okay, despite the fact that Levi Colwill is injured. It all depends how Enzo Maresca can handle the situation now, because it would be wise if Enzo Maresca insists on signing another centre-back when we have 4 solid centre-backs for different games and tactics. Joreato is a versatile player, and I think Enzo Maresca can make good use of him. I'm talking about our pre-season match against Bayern Munich. In my previous video, I stated that we shouldn't expect any victory in our pre-season match, and Enzo Maresca just confirmed it today in his pre-conference meeting. He stated that all the players that are in the squad now are going to share minutes in the pre-season match. That means Enzo Maresca is trying to test our new signees. Now, this is the lineup I dropped in our match against Bayer Leverkusen tomorrow. To be a wise decision to start all our new signings, which is Estavo Williams, Delap, Jamie Gittis, Andre Santos, and even Joreato, because last season we made a very big mistake, and it would be wise to make that kind of mistake we made. Now, the kind of mistake I'm talking about is we relying on players that are not improving. Players like Noni Madueke, Nicolas Jackson, and even Romeo Lavia. These 3 players cost us our performance yesterday, especially Noni Madueke and Nicolas Jackson. Now that we have more attackers, not just any attackers that are hungry for goals, and this is a golden opportunity for Enzo Maresca to bring out the best in them, because next season is going to be very tough. You can see the rest of our rival club, they are currently strengthening their attack. You can see Man City signing. Same goes with Arsenal, Liverpool, Tottenham, and even Arsenal. One thing I need to tell Chelsea fans that we shouldn't use pre-season match to judge Premier League performance. You can see last season in Chelsea pre-season match, we were defeated in most of our pre-season games. We were struggling. Do you know why? Because Enzo Maresca was trying to bring out his best starting 11, and you can see how it works for us. The Premier League run. Not that Chelsea have brought many attackers at the moment, but we shouldn't be relaxed. They don't call the Premier League the best league in the world for nothing. The reason why they call the Premier League the best league in the world is because the 20 teams in the table are unpredictable. Even Sunderland is a threat. And mind you, the rest of our rival clubs have tough fixtures in their first 5 matches. But Chelsea have the easiest 5 fixtures because we have 4 small teams to play. The 5th team is Manchester United. But don't underestimate those small teams because those ones are the dangerous ones, especially Crystal Palace. You can see how we struggled against Crystal Palace last season. It was even a miracle in our second leg. My only problem with Chelsea right now is that we don't make good use of our chances that we create. That is one of the things that held us back last season. If not, we would have followed Liverpool to challenge for the title. But everything is gradually changing. Ever since we signed Delap and Joao Pedro, you can see that these two attackers don't miss chances. In fact, what I love about these two is that they create chances and they make use of chances given to them. If they can improve more on that aspect next season, then there is no stopping Chelsea of winning the Premier League next season. Now, just a reminder, Chelsea are still heavily interested in Garnacho. In fact, Chelsea have stepped up their pursuit and have actually held talk with Manchester United. So any moment from now, let me just say, now till the starting of the Premier League, Garnacho and Xavi Simons can become a Chelsea player. But I want to talk about Garnacho. Is it really necessary to buy Garnacho when we have George? Because let's be sincere, Garnacho is not better than George. But the fact that we are selling George on a permanent basis and buying Garnacho for close to £40 million is actually disrespecting to George as a player, not just as a player but as a Chelsea graduate. Here is the fact that 90% of Chelsea fans have totally forgotten. If not for George, Chelsea wouldn't have qualified for the Champions League. Yes, you heard me right. Everything starts turning around against Fulham match in the second leg. I remember when the match starts against Fulham. Now, in the first half, Fulham opened the scoring. Chelsea were showing promises in the match. They could not score a goal. In fact, it was looking as if Chelsea Champions League race would be over because all our attackers and wingers not even create or score. The match was very difficult. But when Tyrique George comes in, Fulham saw Tyrique George as an unpredictable player because they have not studied the boys' game. So they just felt as if this boy comes into the pitch, there is no harm. Our eyes were focused on Pedro Neto and Kopama. Those were the threats. To our greatest surprise, Tyrique George scored at the 83 minutes, making Chelsea to equalize. That equalizing goal actually boosts the entire squad morale. And from the 83 minutes to extra time, Chelsea keep on pressing Fulham. Till Pedro Neto finally scored the winning goal. It makes no sense why we should sell our academy player and sign Garnacho, finding it difficult to score in the Premier League. Garnacho is still a raw player. In fact, George development is more fascinating than Alejandro Garnacho development. The only thing is that George doesn't have that game time at Chelsea. If not, George would have been our number one man, not Jamie Gittins. But Chelsea always like looking out for players abroad and outside Chelsea's academy. Now, here is the fact that 90% of Chelsea fans have totally forgotten and most of you don't know about it. Now, Jamal Musiala was a Chelsea academy player. He never made it to the senior team. But guess what? Chelsea handed over Jamal Musiala to Bayern Munich. And Bayern Munich actually compensates Chelsea, which is the sum of £170k. I'm not talking about £2 million or £50 million. I'm talking about £170k for Musiala. Look at Jamal Musiala today. He is a Ballon d'Or contender. He is one of the best players in Bundesliga. In fact, Jamal Musiala starts every Germany game. He just starts Germany game. He is the number one man in Germany. And we just indirectly sold him to Bayern Munich for 170k. I pray we shouldn't make this same mistake with Tyrique George, because this boy has a lot of potential. I'm looking at this boy as the second Saka. So Chelsea fans, do you think that it would be a good idea to buy Garnacho for close to £40 million and loan or sell George permanently? Drop your opinion at the comment section. Now let's clarify this issue. This is my centre-back lineup. Or should I say, this is my defense lineup. What is your opinion? Would you like to make any changes on these lineups? Because personally for me, I know that Bandashili is the only hero here. And Enzo Maresca just made it clear that he won't put Wesley Fofana in the he won't put Fofana in our preseason match. He will not be playing against AC Milan or Bayer Leverkusen. This is my preferred defense lineup. The Chelsea fans, what is your opinion on the lineup? Drop your thoughts at the comment section. But this is reality. Whether we like Garnacho or not, Chelsea are definitely going to sign him. In that case, Gittins and Garnacho will be fighting for the left wing. Then Estavio and Pedro Neto will be fighting for the right wing. Whatever Xavi Simons. This is going to be interesting because Xavi Simons can also be inverted to a left winger. Because if they want to play Xavi Simons at midfield, then this guy will be a regular bench warmer. Now, one of my prayers this preseason match is for Estavio Williams to impress Maresca, because this young boy is very talented. And I want this should succeed so bad so that he can be a regular starter at Chelsea. I just hope Enzo Maresca should use Estavio Williams against Bayer Leverkusen and AC Milan to test this boy's abilities. Now, just a reminder, Chelsea have first starting 11 and second starting 11. Now, since we already know that Garnacho and Xavi Simons is coming, we should be including them in our future lineup. And we all know that Xavi Simons and Garnacho are going to be our second starting 11, not the first. Now, a report just kicking that Jamie Gittins will be our new number 11. That means Jamie Gittins is going to be a starter since he is our number 11. Estavo Williams will be wearing the 41 shirt. Then Joreato will wear the number 21. So Chelsea fans, what is your opinion on our preseason match tomorrow? Which lineup would you like Chelsea to use? Drop your opinion at the comment section. And make sure to follow me up on the latest Chelsea updates. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. See you on my next video.